activate.
This is Living Power with Dan Hurst.
The third element is what hundreds of economists are calling the financial collapse of America. Now, I don't think it's going to happen as violently as some of the doomsayers are calling for, but it is going to be disastrous. As a nation, we are on a debt bubble that we can't control. We can hardly even pay the interest on what we owe, much less the principal, and within 5 to 7 years, we're not even going to be able to pay the interest. And yet we continue to throw obscene amounts of money at problems for which we have no solutions. I mean, we're throwing billions of dollars to issues that we can't solve, both nationally and internationally. I found it just remarkable the other day that we've got, we're looking, for example, right now, the president's solution to, not the solution, but what he has decided through executive order to do. And by the way, every president does executive orders. There's nothing, don't say, oh, I can't believe he's doing it. Every president does executive. It's been going on for years and years and years. It's just that he makes a decision. He's the president of the country. He's the executive director. He's going to do what he feels is the right thing to do. I think there's some issues between what he said and then what his office handed out as directives of how to implement it, but those are all going to be worked out, I'm sure, or I hope, or else they'll just get caught in the muck and the mire like things have for the last several years. But the point is this. We're throwing money at it, or if it don't, we'll just make up some money, or we'll just come up with another tax, or we'll take money from Peter to pay Paul, some other. Anyway, we're going to come up with billions of dollars to solve a problem that we can't solve, or to try to solve a problem we can't solve. Or we'll give billions and billions and billions of dollars to other countries who don't even like us. Or we'll give billions of dollars, $3 billion, to a climate something fund to promote climate change throughout the world. I think the climate seems to be changing pretty well on its own. I don't know that we need to fund it. I'm always amazed at how we give money to other countries and everything. Why don't we do a matching thing? We'll give $1 billion if other countries give $1 billion. It seems to me that, I'm getting off on another subject. Okay. Now, here's why this is so important. This is why this is such a critical thing. If more and more American businesses begin to fail, and the tax base begins to erode, the government's going to be forced to borrow even more money, or to begin to shut down, which of course then will just accelerate the problem and weaken our national security. Which, by the way, is another reason I tell you, start your own business that meets people's needs. Have a little side business on your own. Every family should have a little side business on their own that is focused on some way of meeting people's needs. I just think it's a smart thing to do. Anyway, what could trigger all of these elements, these three elements, that would bring this disastrous national storm? Well, the thing that would trigger it all, and probably will trigger it all, is social upheaval that damages and even shuts down local economies. A social upheaval of civil unrest.
On behalf of Dan Hurst and the Open Class, we want to thank you for watching. We hope it was a blessing.